Hey, well, happy birthday, Barb. I, we called you last night. I don't know if you ever got the message, but you don't have an outgoing voicemail, so we didn't actually know if it was your number, but we left it anyway. So, but I decided I'd make something like this to, make sure I said happy birthday. It's another one. I just had one too. Barb and I are like really close together in birthdays, 2 days apart. So this is my birthday gift and video to Barb. You are one of the few people who I know who is enlightened and manages to stay that way, pretty much. It always seems like you're able to right yourself, and but you do it in such an enlightened way. It's really like you've attached yourself to the truth. The truth of creation and the truth of reality, and you have remained. That's what you turn to. In when you have any kind of challenge, and you've had so many, and you have come out of them with flying colors. Amazing. You're an amazing person. You really are. It's an honor to be your friend. I have to say, um, I've been talking about the priceless gift that God has given us in being able to get a signal and really to know anything, and also to cure. And many things are just very direct, fast cures, like allergies, and other ones are, take extremely convoluted routes. I just see so many people here. Of course, I'm at the YMCA. That's where I make these movies on the campus, and which is really nice here. I enjoy it. You can hear everybody playing. That's a softball game there in the background. Actually three softball games simultaneously, and I see people, all these people who are like grossly overweight, trying to exercise the weight off, and it's utterly futile. You can't exercise weight off. You have to eat a gluten-free and sugar-free diet, and the weight will come off, if you do that. And it's interesting, Barb, that's what you've always done. It's really interesting. You have very few cravings for sugar and gluten. And when I've gone out to bars with you, you drink very little, and never things with gluten in them. It's interesting. I kind of pretty much gave up drinking beer again recently, because I realized, it never occurred to me that beer was the source of gluten in my diet. I lived on raw fish for like 40 years. I used to go out for raw fish dinners every night. And even when I ate at home, I made, things with, like sauces over rice and protein, and I just did not eat gluten. So, but this is something that you can test for, And what I've noticed is a lot of people test for things that they're allergic to. Like sometimes a person will ask, like, can I eat gluten? And does gluten put weight on me? And they get no. And because they're massively switched and addicted, gluten affects the same part of the brain as heroin. So, and see, a lot of times, I've been showing people how to get signals, and where there's something that you're truly like virtually nobody wants to have the flu. So, you can ask, can I cure flu, and get a signal, and if you have the flu, you can remove it, You just say, I'm now killing all flu in all my bodies, and but I think most people have to go through the bodies, but how hard is that if you know what they are? It just takes a minute, probably under 2 minutes to go through all the bodies. For most people, we had a flu hotline a long time ago. We did about 30 or so shows where we had people come in and cure the flu. And they all cured it in like 20 minutes. It was no big deal. Because they don't want to have the flu. But then if you start asking them about their gluten addiction, they get, oh yeah, chocolate cake is great for me. I test yes on that. Oh my God. I had a girlfriend who was terrified of, having a lot of weight on her body. And she gave up eating papaya, which she loved. But she gave up eating it because she said it had too much sugar. And then she'd go out and exercise, like do weightlifting in the morning like crazy, She was a gym rat. And then she'd go right over to the coffee shop and have croissants, chocolate croissants. One won't hurt me. Oh boy. That's what alcoholics do with drinking, one won't hurt me. So, of course, I've made this for Barb, but I make it for everybody. It's a public YouTube channel, and I want people to get the benefits, everybody who can accept them, because I care, and I always have. I've always cared about people, even though a lot of times it didn't look like I did. To me, and a lot of times to me, I didn't think that I did. But, inside, at bottom, I always did. So, that's why I make these movies. Anyway, happy birthday, Barb. I know it's a day late. Day late and $1 short, that's me. But I say, that many more to you, Barb, many more to you. Keep up the good work. You seem, sometimes so uncertain, but you have always been the best person that you could ever have to chart your way through your life. You're the person who needs to make your decisions about your life. And you have stuck to that. Like, even though, you wanted, to, you felt like others had more wisdom or whatever, but you still, in the end, you always default to yourself, that, and because you have the most wisdom about yourself, and also you're usually probably the wisest person in the room, even though you try not to be too proud of it. or talk too much about it. But generally, I would say, as people go, you're pretty up there.